Hey guys, my name is Nhlakanipho and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I've made a video and I think I'm back. No more excuses. I've been making a lot of excuses not to be here dropping content specifically for you. If you're new to the channel, just know that this channel is all about learning about property, learning about finances and how you can become a better person in the future, right? So with that being said, in today's video, I want to get you a bit excited. I want to incite a little bit of excitement in you and teach you and show you the steps that you should take when you want to purchase your first home. So buying a home is something that we all would love to do one day, but there are certain things that you definitely need to know. And in this video, that's definitely what I'm going to be teaching you and showing you what and how to do, right? With that being said, please remember that I am not a financial advisor and none of my videos constitute any form of financial advice. Right, so buying a home is a very emotional journey. It's a journey that you shouldn't take alone, I believe. It's a journey that you should take your friends and family with you because it is an exciting journey because you are going to be purchasing something that is going to be with you for a long time and preferably that you'll be keeping for the rest of your life, right? And there are certain important factors that you need to consider when you're doing this because as much as it's an emotional journey, it's also a financial journey. So the first thing you need to do is to determine how much can you afford. What is your affordability, right? And how can you figure that out? You go to the bank and you ask the bank, what is it firstly that they are willing to loan you? And then look at those monthly repayments and think to yourself, can I afford this? Realistically, looking at your lifestyle, looking at maybe how much rent you're currently paying, can you afford it? And then how much can you afford in rates and taxes? How much can you afford in levies? Affordability is a very important part of your home buying process because you don't want at the end of the day, one day, to find yourself in a situation where you have purchased this home and you're struggling to afford it. You really love it, it looks beautiful, but the income is just not there. So there we go, affordability. After that, now you can start getting excited and going looking for properties. Go on all your property apps that you know of, using social media like Facebook and Instagram to find a property that you love. And one thing that I would definitely recommend you do as well is find an estate agent who's willing to assist you to find a property. An estate agent who will set up viewings for you, send you links of properties maybe that you haven't seen, that are within your budget, within your range, that meet your specific criteria. Because at the end of the day, you would like a real estate professional to be assisting you in this process. And when I say a real estate professional, I'm talking about someone who knows property and knows their market and knows their area. Not someone who's just sort of just selling property or being a real estate agent here and there. You need to find someone who's really knows what they're talking about. And if you can ask them questions and they can't answer you like fluently, if they don't know too many things, then I would recommend that you find someone else with a bit more experience than them, right? So definitely find yourself someone who's going to assist you in this process. Take your friends, take your family along as well to help you when you are viewing the property, because there's many things that you won't see that someone else might see, or something that you might not think about that someone else might think about. So as I mentioned before, it is a long-term investment that you'll be making. So you wouldn't want to make stupid mistakes just because you didn't see that something is damaged that maybe is now not disclosed by the seller that your friend or an inspector could have seen, right? That's another thing. If you do see that the property that you like has potentially a lot of problems, you can get a property inspector to come in and tell you exactly what the damage is and potentially even give you a quote on how much it would be to fix the damage that is made to the property. One thing that I can say definitely with my chest is that the home buying process is an exciting process. So you don't want to get lost in the emotion of it. You do need to be objective at the end of the day, right? Another thing you need to consider when you are viewing properties is that you must drive around in the area, because not only are you buying that property, but you're also going to be living in that area. Is the area safe? So drive around in the area in the morning, at night, during the day. Just see what type of people are roaming around. Are there security vehicles patrolling? What type of estate is it, if it's an estate that you're living in? Or what type of, like, if it's a standalone house, what do the streets look like at night? Are they pitch black? that's definitely not an area I'd want to live in where there's no street lights and you can't see who's coming and who's going. So definitely consider that, because that property that you're buying, you'll be basically buying into the area as well, the malls, the amenities that are close by, police station, hospitals, schools if you have children or planning to have children in the near future. So consider all of these factors holistically. Once you've viewed enough properties and found the property that you truly have fell in love with, and you see yourself growing with the family or having friends over and you're really happy with it, start negotiating the price with the real estate agent. Negotiate based on facts, not based on emotion again. So when you see that there are certain damages, get quotations for that and use that to your advantage to negotiate the price. Don't just thumbsuck and say, okay, it's listed for 600, I want it for 500. You know, have a reason and a basis for why it is that you want to negotiate your price lower, because if you can do that, then you're most likely able to get more and more of a bargain, because you're coming with facts and not with assumptions, right? Once you've signed the offer to purchase, now this is the document where you've agreed with the seller. You've agreed with the seller on a price that you're purchasing this property. You'll sign something called an offer to purchase that will be submitted to the seller, and they will sign in turn. And then the papers will be taken to the lawyers who will be doing the transfer, and then the transfer process will begin. Make sure that in your negotiation, in the offer to purchase, you add and remove things that you want to, because that document does not necessarily have to be standard that way. If you want early occupation of the property, negotiate that into your contract. Negotiate the rental that you'll pay when you take early occupation of the property. Certain things like that. So don't be afraid to mention what you want because you think maybe the document is standard. The document is amendable, and obviously within the constraints of the law, it is amendable, and the lawyers will definitely enact that, and the seller might be more than willing to accommodate you in whatever your further requests may be. Once the transfer process is complete, right, now you are moving in, they're going to hand over the keys to you. It's the most exciting moment of your life. I suggest you take pictures and videos when you are moving in, so that you never forget the memory and never lose the memory of moving into your first home, right? Make sure that you maintain your property. Maintenance of your property is very important, to make sure that firstly you are living in a decent space, but also you are updating it as the years go on and on, so that it does increase in value, hopefully, because you don't want a situation where one day you want to sell, now your property, you have to sell it for less than what you potentially could get out of it, because you have not been maintaining it over the years, or you have to do a major renovation last minute because you now you have to do this major renovation because you haven't been maintaining it throughout the years, and then you find yourself in a situation where you have to take a huge loss, whereas you could have avoided it over the years. Now, there's many other different types of considerations you need to make, such as the deposits, negotiating the interest rate with the bank that you're using a bond originator and all of that. And I do have a video that goes into a bit more detail that you can check out on that. But one thing that I just want to emphasize at the end of the day is that remember, when you're buying your home, remember you need to buy something that you are willing to live in for the next at least 5 to 7 years, I think. Because you don't want to be selling property every day, because you're not going to get the value out of it when you do sell the property. If you buy a property today for 500,000 and sell it next year, you might think, I don't know what type of appreciation, but most people for some reason think that their property is appreciated to 600,000 by next year. And that might not necessarily be the case, unless obviously you live in Cape Town or something, where prices of properties sometimes get ridiculous over 2-year periods. I really would recommend that you think about the property that you're going to be living in, to make sure that you're at least willing to live there for the next 5 to 7 years, right? Find someone who can assist you. Find people who are friends or family or real estate agents that you know, who are more than willing to accompany you to viewings, so that you can have more than one set of eyes on the property that you're viewing. With that being said, I'd love to know where you are with your property journey. Have you bought your first property, or are you thinking of buying a second property, or are you just browsing around and not really sure what exactly it is that you want to do? But definitely property investments, I love it because it's the only place where the bank is willing to give you millions of rands potentially for buying something that you can live in and you can repay that over time. Right? There's not many other types of investments where the banks are willing to give you a loan. A property loan is much easier compared to like a business loan or something like that. And I've never heard, and I don't think a bank will ever give you money for investing in shares or anything like that as well. So this is an opportunity for you to create wealth. It's an opportunity for you to leave something, a legacy behind for the people that you love and the people that you cherish, right? Anyway, thank you for watching my video. Hope you like and subscribe and comment below. Definitely, I've noticed that a lot of you guys are not subscribed, so definitely subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.